Aha.
Ooh.
Everybody out.
It always gets me every time I sign that up.
Abby, your eyes got big.
What?
Your eyes got
what?
big.
No,
Okay.
I'm fine. We would say hi, Zoe. Zoe.
There always has to be an animal. Okay.
Always. How's my girl?
Never come after a dog act. Remember that. Never follow the dog.
So, question about Ophelia. Do you think that she is ruled by her father, or do you think, and this is just a technical question, do you think that she gave the note from Hamlet to her father? Actually, it's the same thing. Gave the note because she's afraid of Hamlet, or he demanded it. What do you think that scene looked like?
We're
on 2-2, Abby.
Okay.
The scene before has him, cross-examining Ophelia.
Right.
So,
right.
My
question is, do you think that Polonius is this guy that goes into his room and into her room and grabs her diary and just thumbs through it?
Absolutely.
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 All right. So therefore, if we ascertain that, as far as a director is ascertaining that with his actor playing Polonius, therefore he's that type of guy. But she is not as. Do you think she's afraid of Hamlet at this point, or has it really come to fruition in their scene together?
Comes to.
I think it comes to fruition in that scene.
Agreed.
Where
me
he
too.
I just visualized him. Like, I remember watching Kenneth Branagh and like the way Kate Winslet looked when he would like grab her by the chin and just like drag her around and like throw her. That was,
Yeah. Yeah. There's different ways to play that. Okay. Just a question that if you're directing it or acting, you're kind of figuring, especially if you're Polonius, trying to figure out where this guy's backstory lies and where his motivation is. And back on Polonius, you're right, Fred, about the learned fool. And he's making the rhetoric, the twist of phrase, but he's still laborious in how he speaks. And so, and of course, the irony is, let me be brief, and he's not brief. This reminds me of my graduation from college, where this guy spoke and kept saying, "No, I know you guys want to get out of here." We're like 22 years old, wanting to go.
3 more points.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you guys want to get out of here. You're 22 years old. You want to party, all this stuff. But let me just say this, and I swear to you, he went on for 2 hours. And it's and it's what you're trying to do. What he's trying to do is say, bear with me because this is important, but I still understand you people. I know you need information. And the other thing about the role of Polonius is he does have these people in his power. Does anybody know why or how?
They say that again?
That he has power over the king and the queen. Over
he's the guy with the money. He's the guy with the money.
Yeah, he's got the money, but he also has the what? He's the guy with the daughter that can get this information. Okay. And he is the guy that is about to, interrogate Hamlet or cross-examine Hamlet in the next scene. So they know that they can use him, but he still has the power of information. Gordon Gekko from Wall Street 1. The most powerful tool to a businessman is information. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I definitely think that the king wants to hear from him, but in this scene especially, Gertrude doesn't. I mean, not only does she basically say that he needs to basically shut up earlier on, but I'm also just kind of struck randomly by this line at the end of where we were reading, where she just says, "So he does indeed," in response to Polonius saying, Hamlet does this behavior. And she's like, Yep, he does that. Yeah, and it's like the last 5 beats of like that line.
Right.
She like interjects with, "So he does indeed," which implies some kind of urgency in that. Like, she doesn't want Polonius, I don't think, telling her how to handle Hamlet. That's the
Because it's her son,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of like, you know, she has it's one of those things where the helicopter mother brings in the kid, and the teacher's saying, "This is how you should handle the kid." And she said, "What?" You know, and again, she's the mother of Hamlet. She's also the queen. You know, she's got this. Yeah, I think you're right, Lizzie. Also, there may be an aspect of Queen Gertrude that is still trying to protect Hamlet. Doesn't want to hear that he's insane. Doesn't want to hear that he's a lech. Doesn't want to hear that he stinks at poetry or whatever. And probably, I mean, I would take a leap here, but probably doesn't want to hear his love letters.
Yeah.
You know? So there is all of these, like me, I don't want to hear about it. All of these aspects of this scene, and I know the scene is a lot of external information to carry the plot along, but there are these attitudes and these personalities. The king is getting information. I would have the king go, "All right, Gertrude, let me just get the information. All right, stop being a bitch and let me get the information." And he's not a fan of Hamlet anyways. She's got her energy that Lizzie just talked about. Polonius has his energy. And I also feel that Polonius has sort of a job to be incredibly witty and very good with words, and very has a lot of intuition, a lot of tuition, and has that pressure. I saw in the Derek Jacobi, the guy playing Polonius is sort of getting this sort of frontal lobe, what's that called? Dementia. Sort of, you can see the beginnings of the dementia, and he's trying to make sense. You know, he's trying. It's like if you ever saw someone go through a stroke, they're trying to make sense. And if you ever play someone going through a stroke, you have to keep that in mind. You know, that they're trying to make sense. They're not trying to talk like they're in a stroke, that type of thing. And drunk too, same thing. So he's trying to be coherent and trying so hard. So the rhetoric that he says is colored by that. You know, he's got, I think he's got some self-awareness too. And he's trying to, what did I just say? Well, anyway, let's go on, you know, and then he reads the letter and all that stuff. So it's a great scene of personalities. It actually can be very humorous. And it actually also shows a bit of fumbling in the government. What do I mean by that?
That
Morgana?
the hemming and hawing that politicians do and then never make up their minds.
Right. The bureaucracy, the red tape, and the